Yo, it's Jimmy here, dudes. Coming to you with a little bit of an update video. I was hoping to have some actual riding vlogs out this week, but I've had the flu, so I've been laid up in bed for the better part of a week. Still getting over it now, so I figure rather than upload nothing, I should at least upload a brief video. Maybe try and address a couple of things from my last video that I wasn't real happy with, and let you guys know where things are at and what I'm planning on doing. So yeah, cool. Right, so where are things at? Simple question, complicated answer, really. I have my attention's being pulled in a lot of ways at the moment. Admittedly, keeping the OM Flyer on the road is probably attention biggest priority. A little lower on the priority list, but admittedly, nevertheless, something I want to get done sooner rather than later. I picked these up a while back. I've got to get them modified a little bit and get them laced into my OM Flyers wheel set. They're well, there's only one hub that makes that noise. Profile Racing Elite hubs. 204 points of engagement, instant engagement I should add. Picked them up, very good price. They're only 6 months old. I've got to convert that 9-tooth driver to a cassette cog and then put a 17-tooth cog on it. New bolts and volcano cones, and then they're going in my OM Flyer wheel set. The OM Flyer is getting one other upgrade. If you follow my Facebook page, which I'll link down below, you may have seen a pair of black landing gear forks with some V-brake mounts on them. They're going up to the local chrome plate shop and getting chrome plated and then re-decaled to match my OM Flyer, and going on there. I need a front brake riding through the city. It's just getting too dangerous. I've nearly run headfirst into a car a couple of times and I can't afford to do that. So yeah, I'll be giving the OM Flyer a bit of an overhaul soon. Probably a fresh stem as well, which will be good. Adjust the reach of my bars, take the load off my back. Oh, that's good. Granny's recipe hot lemon drink. Anyway. Alright, so next on the list. This is a 2015 version, still more than capable for what I want it for, but it's a Pico Ripper Elite frame. It's a 2XL version. I am too damn tall to ride anything smaller than that. I've also got these black landing gear SE forks. I don't know what they came from, but they're the high-end ones because they've got a compression cap. Most landing gear don't have a compression cap. They run a star nut or staff-angled nut and a regular top cap. So I'm quite pleased with that. I picked them up very cheaply in a sale, and I picked these up when the model changed over. This thing, I got myself this answer pivotal seat post. Man, I swear half of my BMX stuff has just been right place, right time buys. Local bike shop got sent the wrong item, completely wrong item, so I got this $80 seat post for about 30 bucks. As for wheels, I'm not doing anything too flash. I'm not going to be racing this. I just wanted a big frame to ride around on, so SE high flange hubs, sealed bearing, they spin nice and smooth. Laced up to Cinema 777 rims. These were actually stock off of my SE PK Ripper loop tail. the stock SC rims had some very bad problems with chrome flake, and the local distributor couldn't get me a fresh wheel set, so they laced up some better grade rims for me. Something I'm very happy about, because these will handle a lot more punishment than the stock wheels ever would. They also look really nice too. Just got to try and clean that sticker out at some point. Anyway, I'm anal. I don't like stickers on my rims a lot of the time. So yeah, and also that freewheel's going. I'll be putting a box buzz freewheel on there, proper race freewheel. That's just a cheapo dictator I had in the spare parts bin. Yes, I have a spare parts bin. I have enough bikes to warrant a spare parts bin. Oh, also I've got a left-hand brake lever and a stem organised for this. The stem I might be selling onto a friend. It suits his bike better, but who knows, who cares. The brake lever I'm definitely keeping. Once again, right time, right place, picking up a Box Genius brake lever for 40 bucks, which is awesome. They're $90 out here, and they're like a CNC machine V-brake lever. I love all the modern tech on bikes. I'm a bike tech nerd, I'll admit it. But you know what, as someone that used to borrow, yeah, okay, basically I used to sneak out on it. My uncle's old 1980s Subaru, which for anyone outside of Adelaide and over the age of about 30, you've probably got no idea. They were a locally Adelaide built frame back in the 80s. They were mild steel, they weren't chromoly, they were heavy. You know, as a 10-year-old, the bike weighed more than me. And that was my first BMX as a kid. My mum never wanted me to ride BMX, so I borrowed my uncle's old bike that was already 10 years older than me by the time I got my hands on it. And yeah, it sucked. It had a Daretech, knockoff of a Daretech MX-1000 side pull brake. The old school hinged 80s Shimano style levers. It was not a good bike, but you know what? I went out and I had a lot of fun on that bike. And no one ever used to give me any grief for it either. So, yeah, moving on. So, I mean, this one's not a priority, but I do want to fix it. It's an awesome, awesome bike when it's complete. I'll have some photos on the Facebook, once again, linked below. This is my 2015 Pico Ripper Loop Tail. It was bought as a complete. I modified it a lot. They are an individually numbered frame and fork as well. It's written up in the dropout here. It's going to be an awful shot if I can get it in the frame, but it's written in here, and mine is the 11th one off the factory line because it's PK 15 0-011. So it's a low numbered bike, which is awesome. Is it ever going to be worth big dollars? Probably not. Do I care? No, I love it. There's the forks, chrome landing gear. Landing gear are awesome. I can't fault landing gear. They're just such a heavy duty, iconic fork. So yeah. Eventually I'm going to replace this with some parts on this. I've got to get a new bottom bracket shell, new brake, new lever. I've got the bars and the stem. I'm going to swap the headsets for a sealed one. I do that on most of my bikes. Unless they're an awkward colour that you can't get other than OEM. I swapped them out eventually. I've got the custom bars for this that I bought, Colony 10x30 tenacious bars. I'll be putting a new set of profile retro crank arms in here. The ones that were in here are currently in the OM Flyer, so they're staying where they are. The brake and lever got busted. Basically, this thing got crashed very, very badly because the stock chainring and stuff were not straight, and it popped a chain off and dumped me on my head. That was over a year ago. I've just got to pull my thumb out and rebuild this because this is one of my favourite bikes. And it's obviously if the stock wheel set's going on the PK Elite, you might be wondering what's going on the PK loop tail. That would be my steel bearing flanged hub Skyway tough wheels. Genuine Skyways made in the US of A. Some of the last of the Californian made ones, they're moving, which is a shame. They've been in the same ownership in the same place since the 1980s or earlier even, I could be mistaken, but I believe they did machine wheels long before they did BMX wheels. So yeah, iconic product. Totally dated. They don't ride well. They've got a fair bit of side-to-side play. They're hard to mount tyres too. They don't take high-pressure tyres. But if you're building up a 1980s style BMX, man, you just can't beat it. You know, there's certain things in the 80s that just was so different to today. Like, I went out for dinner with a friend last night and he saw my helmet on the table and he's like, "What's up with that?" Because this is his old helmet from back in the day. I didn't feel any of that. I mean, these things are bloody solid, but you know why? Because they weigh about 1.5 tons. He's reached over and picked up my brand new modern POC. What is it? POC Crane Pure. And the lack of weight in it, he's just shocked because this weighs the same as about 6 of these. So, you know, I complain about the helmet laws, but I should be glad that at least we've got lightweight vented helmets now. It's a hell of a lot nicer to wear than this thing. Red line. Old school red line sticker too. Yep, that was my mate Scott's old 1980s race helmet. They used to race in a half shell. None of this full face stuff now. Half shell and a face mask. Sadly, he doesn't still have the face mask because they're worth a lot of money. Right, so where was I? PK. Right. So, general talk. I've got a few other bikes I'm working on. I'm not going to go into too much detail of them. There's my 229ers. One's rideable, but not where I want it. That's the polished one. The other one is an SE Cross Santa Cruz collab. So they're both 2014 edition Big Rippers. One's the standard edition, one's the limited edition. I've got to rebuild the Santa Cruz one. God, I look like a dick with that on. They're not in a hurry to be rebuilt. The OM Flyer is probably the one I'm riding the most at the moment. Other than that, it's just, you know, keeping on top of my studies, purchasing some new tools here and there where I can. It's my birthday recently. I got this awesome new pump. That'll be going in my bag. I know most people aren't going to be interested in this sort of stuff, but as someone that rides a lot and, you know, making videos, downtime's wasted time. So proper mini folding floor pump, proper dial gauge on it too, which is very handy. It'll do 160 psi. It's designed more for mountain bikes, so it's got your car style valve, which can be converted to a racing valve. So yeah, it's a Schrader valve as standard, can be converted, but you have to pull the head apart, and so rather than that, I just carry one of these brass adaptoids. They're a couple of dollars. If I lose it, I'll buy another one. That's very, very handy. I easily put 100 psi in a 24 by 1.75 inch tyre last night. Honestly, if you ride a lot and you don't want to waste downtime and you're able to carry one of these, I'd recommend it. And it's Topeak Turbo Morph G I'm not sponsored by these guys, but I have got a lot of their gear, and the reason being their gear is just genuinely good stuff. It's not BMX specific, but I'm not a BMX specific rider. I ride anything. I'm about to pick up a new road bike, hopefully, because my nearly $4,000 carbon one got broken a while ago. But I'm not going to whinge about that here. That's life. At least I don't wear spandex. You won't see me in spandex. You may see me in a jersey if I ever ride an event and I have to wear a jersey, but I'll be wearing regular shorts and shoes and shit. I don't do the shorts, the spandex shorts. I don't wear a jersey most of the time either. They look gay. I just don't do the spandex. As I said, I'll wear an event jersey if I have to, because if it's for a charity ride, I can understand that. But you don't have to worry, I won't be wearing spandex. And honestly, if I'm doing a charity event, I'm going to try and get a jersey a size or two bigger than I need, so it fits a little more loosely like a t-shirt. So yeah, that's pretty much where things are at. I'm looking at starting a new series of videos once I finish building one of my other bikes. I'm not going to show that here now. I'll there's a little bit of a tease of it on my Facebook page, but yeah, check it out. Anyway guys, I hope you're going well. I should be starting to get some proper riding vlogs and a few other things up next week. I just haven't been well enough. So yeah, alright, catch dudes.